Hey everybody, it's me, Fraser, your possible favorite art account on the entirety of the platform that not just only talks about art, but artistic things and makes things art, you know. This is new for me. I'm recording on Sabbath night, as in Friday evening, a time where I say I don't work to employers of past, but this is me doing exposure response prevention on myself, noticing that because I say I don't work on Sabbath, eventually you sort of craze yourself out and wonder what is considered work. And for almost 2 years, maybe more than 2 years now, I have had a religious crisis every single Sabbath, because I know in my own mind personally where that obsessive compulsive thinking about like what is considered wrong, quote unquote, for doing things. So this is actually me going quickly, probably one of my quickest idea to content pieces that I've done in a while. And for any artists that are watching, perfectionism, OCD, stuff like that, don't let that stop you from putting things out. Sometimes you might even have to do exposure response prevention on yourself to hopefully get things better for yourself, because I know in my own mind where perfectionism is. And I was telling an artist like literally a couple of hours ago that perfectionism is right in front of you, but it feels like a dangling carrot. This is an artist who also overthinks and stuff like that, and it feels like an influx of overthinking, an influx of just like trying to do things perfectly with a lot of artists right now, and I don't want it to be so that that's happening. So I am doing an exposure response prevention move on myself because I don't want to go through my future life as an artist really OCDing it. Religious OCD, as I've said in the last video, has really hurt my creation process. And I would suggest everybody watching that being way too religious is destructive to your creative and life journey. And everybody has like a limit of like what is enough for them to do, but try and put that line somewhere before the line is so far away that you can't enjoy life. Yeah, you can tell this is like so important to me by the way I'm talking. I'm trying to make this video short because, believe it or not, I have a plan for this video. I got this video idea when I was in the shower after overthinking my last video. Overthinking an aspect of my last video for literally a week being in bed. Okay, sorry about that, I'm back. My camera turned off in the Wi-Fi mode, but like this video is still very important to me. So like I was saying, I got this idea for this video in the shower yesterday. And remember how yesterday in my video I said religious OCD, perfectionism has been really hurting my creative process, and it might be a journey to make it better. So I got this video in the shower yesterday, or I got this idea in the shower yesterday for a video, how I was going to exposure response prevention myself, ERP I'm keeping that in. I'm keeping that in. That's also a form of ERP. I'm keeping it in. I decided I was gonna exposure response prevention myself by making a helpful video for myself and maybe others who also find themselves in perfectionistic, overthinking, OCD, religious OCD tendencies, and find themselves that it's very hard to create and stuff like that. I would suggest, because I'm still sort of going through this myself, this could actually be a horrible idea too. But it might not be. And that is what I'm trying to do right now. Before this, I would try to put my camera in my bag right before sundown hit on the Sabbath. How is that not OCD? Again, though, I didn't grow up with like all the Jewish stuff like in my formative years. I grew up with the Christian stuff, which is also very OCD on me. I love Christianity, love Judaism for what makes sense, for what makes sense in each religion. But you know, it's okay for religious people that are watching. It's okay to throw out verses that don't make sense. Like, try to do it. You can still be either religion and decide to be like, you know what? Be ye perfect is actually impossible. And I'm gonna exposure response prevention myself. And I'm gonna say that out loud. I just said it out loud. A loving God shouldn't be destroying his children, who says he's slow to anger. He shouldn't be destroying his children for picking up sticks on the Sabbath. I'm gonna say, that doesn't make sense. I'm staring straight down the barrel of the camera. It's okay to be whatever religion you are and decide some stuff doesn't make sense and say it out loud. It's okay to cherry pick. Exposure response prevention yourself. Deal with the cognitive dissonance. For those who overthink a lot, for those who have OCD and stuff like that, just try to do something that's reasonable to exposure response prevention yourself. For me today, this made sense. I got this idea in the shower yesterday to make this video today after overthinking an aspect of the video that I made 2 weeks ago. Finally finished editing yesterday. Remember how I said it was only going to be like a long time before I figure it out? Maybe this is me finally starting to figure it out. I really hope. Again, nothing's wrong with being a good person, but celebrate wins, or else you will find yourself in a heap of mental anguish because you decided nothing you did was ever good enough and you had to be better all the time, and you found out you couldn't be better all the time. Sometimes you have to celebrate how far you've come, because chances are you've come a long way, and you should celebrate that. And don't apologize to anybody who thinks you're not good enough, because you've tried. They're projecting. Don't let their projections be your reality. Their projection is of their reality. Again, I want to make this video short so I can, again, my plan is to edit it, export it, and put it on YouTube all before Sabbath's end. That is my goal, because I'm exposure response preventing myself from having a horrible art career because I decide to let the OCD and religious OCD and perfectionism, I don't want to decide that that is going to be the death, it feels like, of my career. Because I almost quit art in general yesterday because I literally I was like, I can't go through this with every project. Maybe we don't have to. Put out an imperfect project. Put out a project that you're not happy with. sometimes you're not going to be happy with your stuff. Especially perfectionists are not going to be happy with their stuff. So, like, do one imperfect thing. And it doesn't have to be extreme or, like, something like that. Do one quote-unquote imperfect thing. And put out that piece. Put out that video. Put it out. Maybe it'll help somebody in the same boat. I don't want OCD to run my life. I don't want religious OCD to run my life. I don't want perfectionism to run my life. I don't want it to run my art career. I might not be doing the best thing right now. Who knows? This could go completely south. But even when I was trying to do great, I didn't get great results sometimes. Maybe life is variable and you don't know what to do about it. I still have questions from 2022 about why God brought a specific person into my life. I still have questions about that. Try not to think about the questions so much, though. And focus on what you can do, which is something of help to yourself and to the world. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. I hope this video helped you. Goodbye.